and welcome to the Oversight Global's The Energy of Gratitude series, where all month long we are deep diving into the practice of gratitude, a super quick, super easy, yet highly beneficial tool that you can use for positivity and success. My name is Angelie and I am the founder of Oversight Global, as well as your series host. Oversight Global is an organization that addresses the consciousness crisis in the world by advocating for awareness and consciousness. We strive to educate and empower individuals and businesses to be aware of and strive to fulfill their fullest potential and uniquely contribute to the world. Today, I am super excited to welcome Tanielle Brew Smith. She is a doctor. She's a family medicine doctor and obesity medicine physician, a life coach, and yoga teacher. Dr. Brew Smith completed her medical education at Morehouse School of Medicine in Atlanta, Georgia. Afterwards, she completed her residency training at Ascension's St. Vincent's Family Medicine Residency Program. She expanded her knowledge into coaching and learning yoga as tools to decrease her symptoms of burnout and to help in maintaining her 100-pound weight loss. Through self-reflection, meditation, breathwork, yoga, and other modalities, she was able to understand her strengths and weaknesses, visualize her future, and create a life of joy, curiosity, and hope. She is now the founder and CEO of Brew Wellness Collective, which helps high-achieving professionals cultivate daily stress-reducing practices to increase joy, fulfillment, and pleasure. Well, Dr. Tanielle, welcome. I'm so excited that you're here.
Thank you so much for having me here. It's my honor.
Yeah, of course. So let's go ahead and dive right into exploring gratitude a little bit. So can you tell us, what does gratitude mean to you?
That's a great question. So for me, gratitude on the surface is just having this appreciation for what you currently have and what you have experienced in the past, and it can be what you will experience in the future. But it's having this appreciation for whatever is going on in your life. And having a gratitude practice in general is every day, or however, whatever interval you want to do this in, is having that time and space to just think about what's going on in your life, having that time to reflect so that you can get the lessons and just learn from whatever experience you have.
Yeah, no, that's wonderful. Some great points that you made. So can you tell us how you found that gratitude has affected you and your life personally?
Oh, I feel like it has changed my life. I have my own dedicated gratitude practice. I need to update my bio to add in the gratitude practice as one of the modalities that's helped me a lot. For me, gratitude and my gratitude practice has helped me, one, to pause. Because in this world, we're moving around so much, and we can go from one thing to the next without having that moment of just stopping.
Yes.
So for me, gratitude is giving myself that time and space to just stop and to reflect. Then it allows me to look at different situations from a different lens. Not just, oh, this is what I experienced, but no, I experienced this, and what are the positive nuggets, positive lessons that I can get from whatever it is I experienced in the past. And not only with doing that practice, that of course has occurred, now when something happens, it's almost automatic. I am always like in the midst of the experience almost, oh, I'm so grateful for this. And this is amazing, even in situations where it might not be. Or I'm able to not be so reactive and able to just really be more calm and be in my body in situations where before I did not have that capacity. So it's really increased my capacity to feel joy, to experience it for long periods of time. So I am grateful for gratitude.
Yeah, that's awesome. I love that. So, can you tell us, especially in considering, we just all went through this worldwide pandemic the last couple of years, kind of taking that perspective or that concept of gratitude and kind of looking at it from like a global lens. How do you think gratitude should be regarded in the world?
I think gratitude should be regarded as a way of taking a step back and not just seeing things as whatever the negative thing that's going on. So, for example, we can talk about the pandemic in general. The pandemic definitely had some bad points. Absolutely. Many people died. Many people had increased stress. Many people had terrible outcomes from it. Mm-hmm. But there were also some positive things that happened during this time, and happening because we're kind of still in it, mm-hmm. during this time period. We were able to many people were able to slow down. They were able to reconnect with their family in ways that they never did before. They were able to really assess their health when they never really thought about health and all these things before. Right. Now they have this desire to know more about the medicines that they're taking and the food that they're eating, how to decrease stress. So gratitude, especially on more of a global setting, it gives us this ability to, one, yes, see the facts, but also be able to add the positivity and find the lesson in those facts and those circumstances that we have.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I definitely agree with you there. So, taking into consideration that you were in healthcare, I've been in healthcare for a long time too. But when I know that you started to kind of take up coaching as a way to augment what you do with your patients. So have you, kind of talked to your patients about utilizing gratitude to help them with, physical and health benefits? How do those conversations work? I'm wondering, a lot of people don't do something unless their doctor tells them to. So if you tell your patient you have to practice gratitude, do they actually do it?
Yes, they do. And I try to do that within the visit. So when I was working in a different setting, I had these little cards that had mm-hmm. positive messages on it. Mm-hmm. So I would end my visit with each patient by them choosing a positive card, and they would pull that out. So they would at least leave that visit with me. Even if we talked about things that weren't so pleasant, they could at least say, you know what, my doctor gave me this little positive card. I'm grateful for that. And many of them brought their card to each and every visit. And when I stopped doing it in the midst of like COVID, because we couldn't all touch the same thing, mm-hmm. they were really upset. So I would just hand them a card. So we could do it that way. But then when I had patients who had either depression or anxiety or were very stressed and they had high blood pressure or things that I knew or conditions that I knew were associated with a large amount of stress mm-hmm. in their life. Yes, we talked about different medications, but when we shifted over to some of the lifestyle changes that could help to treat some of those conditions, I would always talk about a gratitude practice or journaling. Mm-hmm. Usually when I would discuss journaling with my patients, I said the easiest way to start a journaling practice, especially if you can't think of, what am I going to talk about? Just write down 3 things you're grateful for. You can start there, and if you want to write more after that, you totally can. But that's an easy way to start that practice, because it's not just going to be a gratitude practice for that person. They can use that as a way of, because some people aren't very good at expressing what's going on with them through their words, or they just don't feel safe to say that to whomever. But they can journal that out. So I use gratitude practice as a way to introduce journaling and writing out the feelings to my patients.
Yeah, no, that's great. I mean, I agree with you that journaling is very, very powerful. I mean, I don't think we really think about it or realize it. We just kind of think of, we're just, putting pen to paper. But yeah, I've kind of found the same in working with people is that, if they take up a journaling practice, they really start to discover, it's kind of this outlet for them to kind of get emotions out. A lot of the times they didn't realize they had certain emotions and feelings until they started to write it out and really let the, pen just kind of take a mind of its own, because it's an extension of what's inside of them. So yeah, I agree that journaling is a super powerful tool as well, especially when you couple that with gratitude. So it's great.
Absolutely.
So thank you so much for all of the insights that you've given us and the knowledge that you've given us. I mean, I know that, you know, it's really brought some inspiration, motivation to me. So I hope that the viewers are getting the same. But can you tell us a little bit more about what you do? I mean, I kind of, you know, in that last question, kind of let them know that you incorporate some coaching into your family medicine practice. But yeah, please, you know, tell us more about what you do with your collective and your practice.
Absolutely. So Brew Wellness Collective is online, and I really work with people who are very good at doing everything for everyone else. Amazing at that. But then when it comes to trying to create the routines and rituals and habits for themselves, maybe not so much, or they feel guilty or they feel selfish. So I really help to shift those thoughts and let them know that in order for them to do all those amazing things that they do for everyone, they have to be well. And then I see where they want to have that focus. So if they want to make sure that because their morning is crazy, we can even work on a morning routine. We can work on a night routine. I love a gratitude practice. Some people do it in the morning, but I kind of like doing it in the middle of the day. My practice is actually in the middle of the day because you're running around doing all this stuff, and then you do this pause to think about positivity or positive things that's happened before. And it's really like a reset. I think of it almost as a reset. And then you go on with the rest of your day. But that doesn't work for everybody. But for me, it's a great just reminder. Right. But I really focus on helping my clients to incorporate listening to themselves throughout the day. Meaning, literally, sometimes you're saying, what do I want? What do I need? For me, sometimes I need some water, so I'll bring my water bottle out. Sometimes I might need something else. So really get into that habit of literally asking, what do I want? What do I need? Giving themselves that, and that just builds self-trust. It empowers the person to know that whatever it is they need or want, they're able to take steps to move toward it. And then with that, they're able to do whatever it is they want to do at a totally different level because they are filled, they have energy, and now they're actually doing things that they want to do versus, oh, I'm doing it because I have to, because I have to care for them. No, you're doing it because you want to. And that's a big difference.
Yeah, no, definitely. I've also found that I do a gratitude practice in the morning as well as before I go to bed, but I also incorporated what you were saying, kind of taking these mini pauses throughout your day to kind of reset and, you know, kind of helping people to kind of discover if they do the same, they kind of set these reminders to do resets throughout the day. I mean, it really, you know, helps them to become more aware, like you said, of their body and what they need. And also puts them in that positive mindset because, you know, when you're at work all day and you're running around and you're doing projects, you really need that kind of reminder of, oh yeah, you know, I'm not just kind of running around, I'm having fun, I'm grateful for what I'm doing, you know, I'm providing my body with what I need. I know when I was still in the workforce, I would skip lunch a lot of the times and, you know, and then that would cause this domino effect of things happening. But yeah, when you take that pause, those mini pauses throughout the day, and being aware and conscious of what you need, you know, really goes a long way in taking care of yourself. So that's awesome. I'm glad that you have that collective and you're helping people to become aware of that and create, you know, the plans that work best for them in order for them to do that.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. So can you tell us, you know, how can people connect and follow you?
Absolutely. So my website, brewwellnesscollective.com, BREW wellnesscollective.com. That's one way to connect with me. I also am on all the social medias. I have been having fun with creating reels on Instagram. So if you follow me on Instagram, just my reels are just my little fun expression of life. And it's Brew Wellness Collective on Instagram. So BREW Wellness Collective. So you can follow me there.
Sounds good. And we'll actually have those links in the video description below as well. So before we close out our interview, Dr. Brew Smith, what final thoughts or key takeaways do you have for people who are watching this episode?
So a couple different thoughts. One, we as people have to be intentional about bringing the joyful and positive feelings into our daily life. Our brains are literally wired to, at default, look for dangers, look for what's scary, look for what can hurt us. So in order to shift that, we have to bring in these practices. So whether it's a gratitude practice that you're doing, whether it is walking, or whatever those practices are to help you or the person to shift their feelings, is very important. One thing I love, a tool that I'll have everyone do, is just creating a joy list. And it's simple, easy things that they like that they could do like that. So one thing on my joy list, I love music. So there's certain songs on my playlist, as soon as I hear it, whatever mood I'm in is going to change. Me going for a walk. Before we got on this call today, I went on a walk with my little dog. That makes me feel good. And having that list, not just, oh, well, I know what I like. No, having a list that's either on your phone or written out. When you do have a stressful time, or when something comes up and when you're stressed, you can't really think as clearly, you can immediately go to that list and already know I got 10 things I can go to. And that again gives you your power back, and it gives you an immediate tool that you can use to shift the energy and shift how you're feeling.
Oh, that's awesome. That's brilliant. Yeah. It's really, really important to recognize that when we are stressed out, like you said, we're not thinking clearly. So having that kind of list already made, and you can just go to it and pick something out. That's brilliant. I love that. Thank you so much for sharing.
You're so welcome.
So again, Dr. Brew Smith, thank you so much for being here and for enlightening us with your experience and your insights. I'm so grateful to you for that. And thank you, audience, for being here and for watching. Be sure to check out our other episodes of the Energy of Gratitude series. If you're getting as much out of it as I am, be sure to let your friends, family, and others know. And be sure to subscribe below if you haven't already to get notified of future episodes and videos on our channel. Thanks again, and we'll see you in the next video.